Only thing you seem to want me to know is that I was a slave. Yes, we were slaves. We were slaves, but we were more than slaves. We were more than slaves. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Conservative Poet with me, Amania. Just so happy that you're here. Really thrilled. We're having a great time on YouTube right now. And I'm just happy that I'm able to bring the content, man. I'm able to bring the content. So in this video, I am responding to the new controversy, the new outrage that's happening right here in my own home state, the great state of Florida. And unfortunately, I did not make it to the education conference. I'm not sure what they actually call it right now, last week at the Shingle Creek. But I did get the lowdown. I had some friends there who was able to represent during that time. So, but I want to respond to Vice President Kamala Harris and what she had to say. And she came all the way out here from her cushy place in DC or wherever she lives to come here to Florida to spew her venom in our great state. So I want to respond to that. So if you're interested in that, and I'm going to have a little twist with that, a little comedy twist, a little parody to go along with that. So, hey, come on and join me in there. I'll see you there. Why do you only insist on teaching me just about slavery? I know that Black people were more than just slaves. We were businessmen. Madam C.J. Walker was a millionaire, first Black woman millionaire, first woman millionaire anywhere. But you don't want to teach me about entrepreneurship. You don't want to teach me about Frederick Douglass, who was a statesman, who helped President Lincoln. He was a slave and he helped President Lincoln. Why don't you want me to know about these things? Why don't you want me to know that we had Black Republicans in office in the 1800s? Why don't you want me to know that? Only thing you seem to want me to know is that I was a slave. Yes, we were slaves. We were slaves, but we were more than slaves. We were more than slaves. Why can't I learn about other things outside of slavery? Because if you did that, I would have confidence in myself, knowing that, yes, my heritage has slavery, but they also had businessmen, they also had strong soldiers, they also had, craftsmen, they also had skill men, they also had men with courage, they had writers, they had people who invented things, they had so much, but you won't let me know anything. All you talk to me about is my color, my color, my color. All you want me to know is that I'm Black. I know I'm Black, I know we Black, but we got more to offer than just our Blackness. We got more to offer than just our Blackness. We ain't just niggas, man. We's business people, entrepreneurs, writers, creators, politicians. We's more than just Black people. We's more than just Black. Thank you all for watching and sharing the content. I really do appreciate it. Now we're going to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Mammoth Nation. Thank you so much. Save America, save our values, save our traditions. Stop using woke platforms to spend your money. Stop. This episode of The Conservative Poet is brought to you by Mammoth Nation. Mammoth Nation is a conservative marketplace where you, the patriot, can go and purchase the items that you need. Mammoth Nation is an online subscription-based platform. So you have to be subscribed in order to get all the wonderful discounts. You can get up to 70% discounts on so many of the stores. They have phone services, services for food, traveling, hotel. They refuse to let anti-American companies join their platforms. The vendors have been carefully vetted and have been approved of conservative American values, which is one of the reasons we have partnered, because I do love what they offer. I love that they are offering opportunities to American vendors and American creators as well. So we are trying to put America first here. And that's one of the things we do on this channel. And so I support Mammoth Nation and what they do to put conservative American businesses first. So visit Mammoth Nation today so you can get the discounts that you deserve with American-made products. So use code AmaniaS, that's AMANIAS. Again, that's AmaniaS for your discounts today on these amazing opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, a word from number 2, the Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris.
Extremists here in Florida pass a law, don't say gay, trying to instill fear in our teachers that they should not live their full life and love who they love. And now, on top of all of that, they want to replace history with lies. Middle school students in Florida to be told that enslaved people benefited from slavery. High schoolers may be taught that victims of violence, of massacres, were also perpetrators. I said it yesterday. They insult us in an attempt to gaslight us, and we will not have it. And we will not have it.
Madam Vice President, did you not read the document? Did your staffers not give you the right paperwork? They trying to make you look stupid, dumb out here in front of the public again. Did you not get the right document so you can read it proper for yourself and see the context of the document, Madam Vice President? I think I called her Madam President before. My apologies to the people. Huh, Kamala? Also, by the way, Madam Vice President, you's up in an outrage about blacks and black slavery. I done heard that your kinfolk owned slaves. Madam Vice President, your kinfolk owned slaves too, including Joe Biden too. His kinfolk had slaves too. How is it that you haven't poured out your bank account out to the people in reparations? How is it that you haven't given up everything you've got in reparations? But Madam Vice President, if memory serves, you were the prosecutor at one time. The hammer, locking people up. People whose kinfolk was slaved by your kinfolk. Am I making sense, somebody? You became the hammer that locked people up. People who your ancestors who held their ancestors as slaves. And they haven't come for you yet? Oh, that's right, because you got a vagina. So that keeps you separate from everybody else. You got a vagina. And you black. Well, your skin is brown, but you're from India, but you're black. I don't know. Make it make sense, somebody. Oh. So, Madam Vice President, as intelligent as you are, with your Harvard education and all. Your Harvard education. You got a Harvard education? Sure you do. And you say little Negro girls like me, or little Negro girls like my little girls that's coming up, they can't go to the places you've been, Madam Vice President? Oh God, yeah, some of them. I know you got there. Some say you got there on like a foot and knee type situation, foot, knee, hand type situation, if you know what I'm saying. They say she was on her knees, you know. That's what they say. I don't know nothing about that. All I know is, Madam Vice President, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, standing up there and spewing lies. I will be putting that document somewhere in this video. You're up here spewing lies that we are trying to not teach Black history. But Madam Vice President, you say you want to teach everything. So they're teaching everything. They're now not excluding the benefits that Black people may have had during this time. They're highlighting and showcasing Black people who gained skills, not necessarily because they were slaves, but they gained skills that helped them, and they taught it to their children, and it might have helped people at some point. You can't just keep hammering black, slave, depressed, impoverished, suppression. At some point, you got to give something else. And so they said, let's try to teach the children about some of the good things that might have happened during that time. Let's teach them that. Maybe they won't be out here in the streets the way they are, breaking things and vandalizing and burning down the goddamn country. Look at Chicago, what's happening there every weekend. The scholars are out there doing scholar things in the streets in the middle of the night, shooting people. Maybe they won't do that if you teach them that maybe they came from maybe there's some good that happened in their history other than the slavery. Like in your history. Because look at you, Miss Prim and Proper. You got yourself a degree. You got yourself a husband. You the VP, you the vice president. Built on the back of slaves like us. Yeah. That's how you're so privileged, Miss Madam President. Is that why you so privileged? Because your people own slaves? And you got to where you are not on just the backs of Blacks, but on your hands and knees of Blacks too? Like, you know what I'm saying? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Madam Vice President, I would suggest you have your staff get you the right paperwork so you don't come out here looking stupid dum-dum anymore. Yes, Amania, you have a question? Well, why can't I learn about businessmen and Black history? You want to learn about what? Black history. Now we're going to be teaching you about slavery. That's what's on our agenda. Black history is slavery. That's all you got to know. You ain't got to know nothing else. What you talking about? You want to learn about Madam C.J. Walker. Forget about her. Forget about her. You don't need to be thinking about people like her. You need to be thinking about how those Black people was just hurting all the time, depressed all the time, oppressed all the time. That's what you need to be thinking about, not becoming entrepreneurs, Madam C.J. Walker and her entrepreneurship and learning how to make money. You don't need none of that. You don't need none of that. You need to learn that you's just a nigger little girl. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's you's a Black little girl. That's all you need to know. That's what you're gonna learn. Over and over and over again. We're going to pound it into your head until there's no room for nothing else, that you're black, that you're Negro, that you ain't never gonna have nothing, that you ain't never gonna go nowhere, that you're never gonna do nothing, that you're never gonna amount to nothing. That's what you need to know. Go sit yourself in a corner and stop asking questions. All right, who's next? People like Benjamin Turner. I want to learn more about all the different businessmen from back then, all the men who became politicians, all the men who ran for office in their states, Georgia, Florida. I want to learn about them. Why can't I learn about them? I'm tired of hearing about being a slave. I want some positive thinking. I want some positive thoughts. I want some positive feelings. I'm tired of hearing about slavery all the time. Give me something positive. Talk to me about some black positivity. I want some black positivity.